Tucked alongside the Lake Erie coast, a borough with a broad history and a showtown past bears the name GIRARD, Pennsylvania. Some of America's most notable pioneers, soldiers, showmen, and businessmen have strolled past buildings that still stand today on Main Street. Dedicated to preserving the heritage its founders started, GIRARD is now a town full of pride and historical dedication. Welcome to GIRARD, Pennsylvania, the great canal town. It all started with a name. Stephen GIRARD, the great Philadelphia philanthropist, owned large tracts of land in the western part of Erie County. By 1832, a newly zoned area of land was to become a township. The name GIRARD was put on the list of possible names because of the recent death of the Philadelphia noble in 1831. When put to a vote, GIRARD came out on top. The borough's beginning was mainly agricultural. Then the Erie Extension Canal came in the mid-1800s. It connected Lake Erie to Pittsburgh and beyond. GIRARD never looked back. Several prominent families made names for themselves here and helped GIRARD become known worldwide for some of its early accomplishments. There were the Battles and Webster families, who were united by marriage and business. The two banks in town were owned in part by Rush Battles and Henry Webster, among other prominent members of the GIRARD community. The Webster and Battles families stayed busy running other businesses in town. They even owned and operated some farming and manufacturing operations, including the GIRARD Wrench Company. This company yielded trademarked wrench designs for nearly half a century and was GIRARD's largest employer going into the 1900s. In the mid-1850s, the show came to town. A man named Dan Rice followed the Erie Extension Canal and called GIRARD home until the 1870s. As a nationally famous circus owner, Rice immediately became a popular figure in the borough. His house stood in the center of town, a fitting place for the man who was most comfortable standing in center ring. GIRARD was a prime spot to base a traveling show. Trains connected it to the east and west, and the Erie Canal linked Rice's riverboat to the Great South. Rice, a supporter of the Union cause during the Civil War, became known for wearing a flag suit and portraying the image of Uncle Sam. He would deliver humorous political monologues, a common act during a circus of this era. Rice put GIRARD on the map for erecting the nation's first monument on November 1, 1865, to honor the fallen soldiers of the Civil War. The unveiling got coverage in Harper's Weekly and would have been attended by President Lincoln had he not been assassinated several months prior. The monument still stands on Main Street today. The Industrial Revolution in the late 1800s sprouted many mills, a tannery, and even a brick and tile manufacturer during this period. In the mid-1950s, the construction of I-90 settled the expansion of GIRARD. The highway allowed travelers to bypass the small shops in town, and GIRARD saw its first ever lull in population growth. But GIRARD found ways to stay sustainable. It still owns and operates its own sewer and water systems and manages its own power distribution. Not an easy feat in today's world of public services. Remembering and respecting the hardships of past citizens who made the borough what it is today is now a priority to historians and locals alike. The Hazel Kibler Museum and the Battles Museum of Rural Life are just two examples of the steps locals have taken to ensure the past stays alive in GIRARD. GIRARD now holds Dan Rice Days, in which the entire community pays homage to the great entertainer with food, games, and entertainment for several days during the summer. Residents enjoy a quiet life set to beautiful scenery. Outdoor life is a staple here, and it's wise to claim a spot early when steelhead fishing heats up. The former home of the Webster family is now a lodge for the many fishermen that travel to GIRARD. Proud parents follow local sports with a passion, from Little League to high school. Girard has boasted some great teams in recent memory, including some state champions. Manufacturing companies, including a major plastics manufacturer, call Girard home and employ some of the borough's 3,000 residents. Business is still alive in the borough, and a number of small shops and restaurants can be found in all directions near the town center. The Girard Diner has been serving residents home-cooked meals since 1913. The best way to enjoy Girard is to take a stroll down Main Street. It doesn't take long to uncover the rich history that some key families helped build almost 200 years ago. Moving into the future, Girard, Pennsylvania continues to hone its legacy by using the past as a guidepost as Pennsylvania's great canal town.